You were making it all about specific individuals when it wasn't enough about what the people can do for the country. That's where a lot of I'm getting ahead of myself, I know, but I just have to get this off my chest. That's where, in my opinion, the race was lost for Harris. All right. So as I was as I'm still on today's Wintrepreneur tip, by the way. There was another throughout this campaign as well. There was another YouTuber that I actually found just because I couldn't take it. I couldn't listen to either candidate without there being somebody that really understood my mindset, understood where I was trying to be in life, understood what I was going through. I couldn't listen to these two without there being some level of, I couldn't listen to them in an interview without there being some kind of commentary. So what happened, I think it was like on my feed, something came up, but one of this dude, Anton, his name is Anton Daniels, but one of his clips, some video came up on my feed, and I listened to literally one video, and I was just blown away by how real he was actually making things, how he was just kind of talking, how comfortable he was, first of all, behind the camera, and just how much of his knowledge, how much knowledge he had about this specific subject. And he said something that I completely, I'm going to play the clip for you in a second, but he said something that I completely agree with, and I want you guys to hear it. I might play it more than once because this is where it needs to be. This needs to be the mindset of, and I'm not telling you what religion or what to believe in terms of a higher power. You just have to understand that you shouldn't be looking at humans and saying the human is the person that's going to govern me. So I'll let it play for a second.
Say it all the time, whether it's my relationship, whether it's politics or what. I am governed by God. That's it. By the word of God. And if it don't align with the word of God, it doesn't matter. Does it mean that you're perfect?
One more time.
Say it all the time, whether it's my relationship, whether it's politics or what. I am governed by God. That's it. By the word of God. And if it don't align with the word of God, it doesn't matter. Does it mean that you're perfect?
That's it. That's it. You know, I 1000% agree. What governs you, all right, the things that you should be moving on, the things that should be tugging on your heartstrings, the things that tug on my heartstrings, the things that make it so I can put in this work, I can do what it is I do every single day, I can show up, I could bring the energy, I could bring the assertiveness, I can just speak from the heart every single day, is because I'm not governed by Trump. I'm not governed by Harris. I'm not governed by the Republicans. I'm not governed by the Democrats. I'm not governed by anybody but God. God. Okay. That's what gives you the spirit. That's what gives you the feeling. That's what makes it so you can continue to move forward regardless of what the outcomes may be in the moment. That is the way we need to be. That is the direction we need to be moving in. So regardless of what side you woke up on today, whether you woke up and you're hard right Republican or you're hard Democrat leftist and you're hurting, regardless, you in your mindset, to avoid all that, you need to be governed by God. God needs to be the one governing you. God needs to be directing your steps. You need to be listening to a higher calling so you don't get caught up in this political game. Because in my opinion, and we're moving on now from today's Wintrepreneur tip, in my opinion, what lost her the election, what she did wrong, was the fact that she made the entire thing about Donald Trump. That's just the truth, right? There was so many contradictions from what she said. And let's go back. Let's just take it all the way back for a second. Let's take it all the way back to when Joe Biden and Donald Trump were debating. I believe this was the debate. It was sometime early summer, either mid, I think it was in July, where there was a debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. All right. And if you can recall, in that debate, it was clear. You could have had a damn 4-year-old watching that debate, and they would have looked at Joe Biden and said, he's not there. There's something wrong with him. It's not clicking on all cylinders. There's something. He doesn't have it. Let me just make sure everything is working. But just making sure the sound is working for a second. All right. So, yes, go back to that first debate. All right. And it was clear for anyone to see that he just lost a step. He wasn't there. I mean, there were people who were in support of him who had to just finally admit that something wasn't right with Joe Biden. He couldn't answer a question. His senses were off. He was mumbling. He just wasn't fit for the position. It was clear that he had lost a step, right? What happened right after that debate, if you can recall, right? And I believe it's Anderson Cooper interviewed Kamala Harris minutes after the debate ended. And at that point, it started to become a reality that this lady might have to run the country. All right. To anybody who's a critical thinker, who actually can see the future and can actually be the one that who can actually see what was really going on, we said, okay, she might actually have to step in. She might actually have to step in. And from that point, we started looking at it. I'm just kind of speaking from my perspective. I'm sure the perspective of a lot of different folks is it started to become a reality that Kamala Harris was going to actually be the president because we saw how he performed in the debate. All right.